Can
it's
you
fine.
see my
Yeah.
screen?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So am I good to start?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Inbox Guard, a simple, easy language website that kind of teaches, again, people with less technological knowledge, the importance of online safety using an AI model with simple explanations and educational examples, which you can use your own emails to help you and detect phishing and other cybersecurity threats in a safer and more simple way. So again, InboxGuard is a very just plain language website that's easy to navigate and teaches a lot of people how to stay safe online and is an email checker. And I'm going to head to my actual website, so I'm going to stop sharing so I can show InboxGuard itself. Just give me a minute so I can do that. This is odd. Okay, well, I have to do you mind if I leave and rejoin because it's not letting me share my window right now for some reason? Can you just give me one?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
I'm so sorry. Just 1 second. Okay, now it'll work. Can you see my?
Yeah, it does a bit.
Okay, so this is Inbox Guard. Um, again, with the simple language, it's kind of very easy to navigate here. And I built this using Next.js and I kind of used Codex to help me along with the process because, again, I'm very new to coding and programming. So, with that, I kind of had that help me to understand the basics and how to move me forward because, again, it did take a lot of trial and error. But for here, we can kind of see the explanations on kind of what to check for suspicious messages. It's kind of more of a phishing awareness tool because, again, most of like threats and scams kind of take place within email. So I kind of put a focus on that. And for an educational scope, I created an example email and it has highlighted parts that you can click on that kind of explains like the sender and how it could be kind of fraud because this is like the PayPal support is in lowercase or the urgency, which is kind of a pressure trick again, like very common signs of phishing and how it asks you for sensitive details. And then again, if the user had clicked an email like this, it gives, simple, reassuring messages that said, tells you what to do. If you click the suspicious link, downloaded a file, shared details, or entered a sensitive password that could jeopardize you. And also, I added a place where you can report a phishing attempt to the Federal Trade Commission or to the other parts that could help you. And then I added a cyber helper. I used an API. I used Grok to help me build this. And then I kind of added automated questions that would be like, how could I spot phishing? And it'll answer for you. And you could also just ask it any questions and tell it anything. And lastly, I have an actual email checker that I connected my Google account to that can read my own emails. Let's say I got an email from Cal that gave me a reminder for this call, and I can have it be checked, and it would tell me that there's no common signs because it's an authorized um, user. And then also here, I just have um, again my example and what to do now. Yeah. So that's kind of the basics of Inbox Guard. It's just very simple and easy to use. and just gives people like reassurance on what may happen and what to do next, to make cybersecurity feel less of a daunting thing, because it's kind of, I wouldn't say stigma, but it's kind of had this big built up like box around it, because the cyber world is just very difficult to navigate at times. So yeah, back to my presentation. Sorry, I need to share. I'm gonna have to go back. So why should we care about inbox guard? What impact does it really make, and how, stepping forward, can we use this? So my thought process with inbox guard, was really because in my own personal life, I've experienced people around me, being at risk for sharing their personal information and being, um, targeted by these malicious users because, um, they're an easy threat or easy target. But I've studied that 30% of breaches involve phishing. Security advice, from an IT team is very different from inbox guard for all users. I feel like IT, they're kind of built up to be some kind of like scary thing, and inbox guard is just a very friendly, simple, um, tool to use if you are feeling, unsure. And 1 in 3 people fall for phishing, being untrained in cybersecurity, and then under 5% of people are actually, targeted with training. And inbox guard kind of gives that training, that simple knowledge that will help people in the long run. It's very simple and free for everyone to use. So that was kind of my goal in making this. Again, my problems versus my solutions. Email, again, is the number one way that internet users get exposed to fraud, identity theft, again, and financial loss. Phishing is designed to exploit people who are less technologically advanced, and the people at risk don't really know what to look for, kind of resulting in, again, their information being leaked or financial loss. And then my solution for that problem was my simple plain language website that's very easy to navigate, and just teaches anyone how to be safe online, which is used with the everyday source, because again, like 90% of people use email, and that's kind of where a lot of people get targeted, instead of like random tips that nobody reads, like on Wikipedia, or if you just Google search it, it kind of gets really overwhelming. So with the chat bot and then the very simple terms, it's kind of easier to understand and to actually take away and get a lesson from that moving forward. And it kind of meets people where they are in their experiences, with the internet, and then explains actually why these things happen and how you can fix it, instead of just, oh, this is bad and we don't know how to tell you further. You just have to figure it out yourself. The impact that inbox guard can make in the future, it kind of can empower people to recognize phishing and further cybersecurity threats, and take action and reducing the risk of theft, loss, or any online harm that could be caused by phishing. Um, Again, inbox card could expand more with smarter AI powered scam detection, real email alerts, like real time, um, and support for more email platforms and languages, and then more personalized safety lessons. That's what I took away, and that's what I would have wanted to add if I had more time and more experience in programming to my website. Um, yeah, and that is, kind of the basics of Inbox Guard, and, what it kind of took to create, and then what it means to me and how I think it will impact others, moving forward if it is used by other people. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good presentation. Your explanation was really good. The thought that you really want to help people who are less educated and who actually fall for these kind of phishing scams. Okay, so that's really good. Uh, yeah, you also included numbers. I mean, there can be more numbers, more explanation, maybe.
Yeah.
Uh, I saw like 3 different numbers, right? So that's good, but maybe you can include some more.
Yeah.
Other than that, the UI is very like clean, easy to use. It's like really easy to navigate. Okay. The feature that I really liked was the report feature, that if you come across any like phishing email you want to report. So that was good. Okay. So maybe you just mentioned three, four future scope. Which one do you feel like would be the next one which you would like we would like to work on to improve the product? Yeah.
I think for my future scope, I feel like the real-time email alerts could really improve my website instead of having to log in with Google and then connect it, instead of just giving you a notification when they think something suspicious is up. I think that could be the most beneficial. And maybe what I wanted to do, which I just didn't have the time or the experiences, I wanted to make my own AI, like my own API and my own chatbot, but I didn't have time. I had to use Grok. But I feel like that could have been a more like a better way to be more interactive and have that be more personalized again. But I think also maybe um for more future scope, maybe instead of just email, it could be like what are other platforms like Yahoo or things like that, so it can reach a larger audience.
Okay. And like, did you try connecting with your own account and like test it out using that? Like, is it
Yeah, I
actually giving the
gave
proper?
I mean, I showed you. I can show you again. It was connected to my personal email, and
Okay, okay, got it. Maybe I missed that, but it's
I can
uh
show you if you want to see that.
oh no, it's fine. Okay. How do you ensure like how are you able to like understand what's the current accuracy? Like, is there any data for that?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
How are you able to like understand like what's the current accuracy of the product? Like, is there any data that okay, these are the emails that are actually falling for phishing emails, these are the scam ones and all that?
Um, I think for me, what I like mostly was looking at for the phishing ones was like I kind of had to do more research because I kind of just knew I took a cybersecurity class prior and I just knew the basics and I kind of had to dig further. But I
Mm,
think for the most like signs of to like because there's so many emails someone gets and there's it's hard to tell what from what. But there I think the top three are the signs of urgency, like your account will be suspended in 2 hours, or requesting for detail, like credit card details, or like again, I gave an example, something like PayPal security that you don't yeah, that isn't authorized. You don't know if PayPal actually has a security email, and if they why would they email you and not maybe text your personal number that you have linked to your account. So um there's so many things of data, and there's so much like information and so many emails, it's kind of hard, like difficult to differentiate, so it could make a mistake. But I think if I had a real time like checker, it'd be like, oh, this may be suspicious, but you can double check, but it flags it, something along that line.